All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Dash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, salutations to the hopeful elect that's fighting the good fight of faith and truth, in sincerity and wholeheartedly. Shalom to the Akwath, which is the women believers. Shalom to you. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. People are figuring out what wicked rulership is about. See, it's finally coming to a head. See, people are actually realizing the product of a wicked rulership. See, the other side of a wicked rulership, you have liberty to do wickedness, which means to sow to your flesh. So that's the good side when you live in a wicked rulership. You know, it don't require discipline. You know, it do totally the opposite of discipline. But the other side is that, you know, oppression, suffering, affliction, and injustice, as another word, is unfair. See, this is why the world need new management.
And also, the thing that really bothers me about all, keep in mind also, the thing that really bothers me about all these people, car insurance, credit card, landlords, fucking everybody, the utility company, the water company, they all speak to you as though you are voluntarily doing this, as though they are doing you a favor. I don't want to pay for any of this shit! I don't want to do any of this! I didn't ask to do any of this at all! I didn't ask for it! I didn't even have to be fucking alive!
So, you didn't ask to be alive. None of us asked to be alive. We're all in the hands of the Lord. And it said, for the creature was made subject to vanity, not willingly. So yeah, you didn't ask to be here. You didn't ask to be put on this earth. You didn't ask for Esau, Edom to be ruling this world. But see what the Lord have done. Let's read the bottom of the scripture. But by reason of him who have subjected the same in hope. See, what's happening is that the Lord is showing you when he is not the focal point of the world, when his laws is not implemented, this is what you get: mourning and suffering. Okay? So yes, the Lord made everything double. Right now, we're tasting the bitter before we taste the sweet. But by tasting the bitter, now we want the kingdom. We want righteousness. We want justice. Well, that's only for the elect, of course. But yeah, see, the Lord is allowing this world to go to shit. So when he do bring his new world to come, that's why the scripture says this. See, the Lord, you know how the saying of the world, there's a method to my madness. Well, yeah, the Lord have his method too. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Do it look like this man's rejoicing? No. So obviously the opposite of the righteous is the wicked. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
I don't want to do this! I don't want to pay my car insurance! I don't want car insurance! I don't want to give you my new driver's license! I don't want to fucking do that! But
he's crashing out. See, this is what happens too when your whole hope is in this world. When your hope is in this world, see, even the Lord told you not to love this world. So it says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world is the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eye, the pride of life. It is not of the Father, but of the world. And the world passeth away in the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever. So we go through our things, right? But we're not crashing out. You know, we're not going to put a camera on and have our face in it with tears, or you know, just going crazy, saying whatever comes to our mind, you know, because the Lord provide for us. We understand that the state that we are in and the position that we are in is not meant for us to have the things of the world. The Lord said he chose us out of the world. Therefore, the world hated you. Okay. That's in John 15. Also in James 2 and 5, it said he had blessed the poor to be rich in faith, to inherit the kingdom. So this is not our rest. All right. But see, for this man to do this is because he had hope in this world. He had hope in this world at one point in time. Now he realized like it ain't no fucking hope. This world is about to pass away. Let's get this real quick. This is why this is the perfect scripture. And they that use this world not as abusing it. Okay? So we understand that we gotta do, handle our responsibilities, and that's it. For the fashion of this world passeth away. So the Lord keep talking about the age is about to pass away. And when the Lord bring into the new age, it's an everlasting age. That's a kingdom.
I have to for some fucking reason, because for some fucking reason, in order to be alive, you have to pay 20 different people $200. And you have to keep reciting random digits of numbers. Everything about being alive is just fucking numbers over and over again. Important numbers for this, important numbers for that. You gotta type in this password, you gotta type in this number, you gotta type in this thing, and if you get it wrong, you're gonna go to jail.
So yeah, that he's crashing out because this is what happens, man. This is what happens when you live under the wicked. Okay? It said, the earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languish, that's the people, and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. Yeah. One point in time, you had pride at an all-time high. The only people who have pride at an all-time high right now is the wicked, because they rubbing their hands together, thinking that, yes, I'm about to accomplish my new world order. But the Lord said, in the fullness of your sufficiency, Job 20:22, you should be in straits. The laborer, all right, the people is going to be against you. It's not going to be as easy as you think. That's why in Second Esdras it talks about the uproars of the people, and they're not regarding their kings and princes, and they fighting with swords in their hand. The modern day sword is the gun. So it's going to be a civil war. It's going to be a revolution, a sedition, as scripture call it. So the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws. Now, in the law, when you get into the law, it's all about being fair. Majority of the law is about treating one another the way that you would be treated. So the scriptures talks about not oppressing. Using usury. You know, this whole system is based off of usury. Now, it says breaking the everlasting covenant, because the Lord ordained the way that you're supposed to run. Hold on real quick. The Lord ordained the way that you're supposed to run this world, but you broken that. Why? Because he's the wicked. Scripture says this, actually. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of course. Everything is out of course. Everything is upside down. The way that you know the world is the total opposite of the way it's supposed to be. And you've been indoctrinated, okay? You actually think like the way that we eat, the way that we do everything is the way that's supposed to be. No. Everything is backwards, okay? People's mindsets, the way that thing is, everything that's ran is backwards. Like, you really don't know. We looking forward, all right? We looking forward to the kingdom of heaven. It said hastening. Let's get that real quick. Oops. It said, nevertheless, we according to his promise look for a new heavens and a new earth. That's new rulership. Okay? Refresh earth, clean water, clean air. Animals able to rejoice. We're able to rejoice. All right? Esau, Edom is put in subjection. The righteous is ruling. Where dwelleth righteousness? If he was As the scripture says, when the righteous are in authority, people rejoice. If he was in a righteous, kingdom with the righteous ruling, he wouldn't be making a video like this. Therefore have the curse devoured the earth. Now, like I said, when you go 10 chapters over, Isaiah 34 verse 5 and 6 said, my sword shall be bathed in heaven. It come upon Idumea, the people of my curse, which is the Latin way of saying Edom. So the Edomites, the wicked, have devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore inhabitants of the earth are burnt, and a few men left, which means to be excited with passionate anger. Like this guy, when you go into that word burned, to be incited with passionate anger, which is going to lead to a sedition. The new wine mourneth, the divine language, all the merry heart do sigh. Now this is what's about to happen. Got another one to show you.
Keep in mind also that.
So how exactly is all of this supposed to end? And by this I mean this fuck-ass version of life that we've all been sold. Nobody can get a job because nobody is hiring, despite the...
And that's a fact. So this is why it wouldn't be wise for you to be like, you know what, I'm mad at my boss, I'm mad at my coworker, man, fuck this shit, I'm done, I'm quitting. This ain't the time to quit. All right? Have wisdom. You gotta look out to the job market. Look at, this ain't the time. All right? Jobs, and the scriptures prophesy that. So it says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. See, all of the scriptures that we are reading, we are in the beginning of sorrows, as the scriptures call it. But these scriptures that we are reading, and if you watch these videos, it's going to be a day where you're going to be like, oh shit, wow, this is like happening. See, right now, the job market is out there. Talk about for the ones who have a job, but just going out there to go look for a job. This scripture, if the people knew prophecy, they'd be like, man, this is actually happening. Because there's a lot of people who don't have jobs, a lot of people who regret quitting. All right. And as this man is about to continue in this video, so it says, and when the days of the keeper of the house shall tremble, that's the Wall Street, that's the business owners. And the strong man shall bow himself, and the grinders cease, that's work, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. All right. So yeah, no future. A lot of people is recognizing that there is no future in this world. It's just going to continue. Taxes going to continue to increase. Your vexation is going to continue to increase. This is why we look forward to a new heaven and a new earth where dwelleth righteousness. But only the elect, though. Even though these people don't know nothing about the kingdom of heaven and about Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, they still inside of them, they mourning. They want something better. And the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and when he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And the music is trash. Been trash.
fact that every time you walk into anywhere, there's always only 2 to 3 people who clearly look overworked and can actually use the help. And if by some miraculous chance you were offered a job, it's a sick joke of an hourly salary, especially when you consider that you can't even survive off of $20 an hour anymore. Yet you have jobs out here that want you to go through 5 rounds of interviews for $14 an hour, and if you actually went to college, which is, what you were supposed to do to gain the experience necessary for a decent job, you get dick slapped across the face with some bullshit talking about 5 years of experience required for a starting position. And
the scriptures call, Babylon the Great. I talk about America. The main names for America is Babylon the Great, Egypt, and Sodom. All right. So those are the 3 main names for America. Egypt, because this is the place of the Israelites' captivity. Sodom, I shouldn't even have to explain why. And Babylon the Great, because the scripture says that, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand. So Babylon was very rich. Talk about ancient Babylon with Nebuchadnezzar. All right, and then also America have took on, the Hamite gods, starting with the first Babylon with Nimrod, all the way through. Then the Egyptians, they all the same. They Ham. All right, nothing but recycled gods with different names. That's it. And America is the melting pot of all these gods. So dang, what I was about to get, I think. Okay. Ooh, man. So this is what's happening. It said Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof. So that's why everything is backwards. See, the Lord is the one who done this for you to recognize, all right, his omnipotency, all right, and also his greatness, his righteousness, his power. As we read in Romans 8 and 20, he subjected you to be in hope. The whole world need him, not just the Israelites, creation. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get that next. Yahweh have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggering his vomit. Neither there should be any work for Egypt. All right, what this man is talking about, ain't no work out here, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. So from, because the scripture said he calls of all, right? Both small and great, rich and poor. He calls of all. So it's going to be a time where he's going to collapse the system, and you're going to have to enter into his new system, which means that he's going to have total control for those who bow down to the system. Only the elect is going to be able to escape, even if they have to be martyrs. Okay? But everybody else, man, you ain't kept the words of the Lord's patience. You don't know the Lord. First of all, you a heathen. Talk about the ones outside the Israelites. You're a heathen. You don't have no salvation coming unto you. Your salvation is going to be when the kingdom of heaven is fully implemented after you serve your captivity. Because you ain't getting in the kingdom scot-free. You ain't going to touch the apple of the Lord's eye and think that, yeah, kumbaya, rub, hand in hand, love and hugs. No. Back whip, hang on trees, all of that. You reap what you sow.
And even if you are lucky enough to land a job, you have to hope that it's full time so you can get health benefits, only for you to go and use those health benefits just to find out that they don't exactly cover you in the event that you're actually sick or you require actual medical attention.
I was looking at my medical for my job, and I was just looking into it. I was like, this don't really cover shit. Man, take this shit off my shit. I need all my money anyway. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the medical is trash. I don't go to the hospital anyway. But the point is that, like, shit, especially, it was one time I had a bad toothache. I had to go to the dentist, man. It was bad. But yeah, they was basically going to cover half of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute. You said I got dental, But anyways,
Insurance costs are going absolutely through the roof because
I know a man who paid $600 for car insurance. They beating his ass over the head. I don't know. I think it's because, you know, his English is not that good. But yeah, they doing him dirty. But I've been hearing stories like this. I talked to 3 people at my job talk about their insurance. It's like one was like 400 something, the other was 5, the other one was 6. I was like, damn. So yeah.
you guessed it, you pay into it only for them to screw you over when you need it the most. The cost of food at the grocery stores is absolutely insane. The same few items that you could have gotten 10 to 15 years ago now cost you at least $100 every time you step foot into that damn store. Corporate greed is at an all-time high. CEOs and companies keep getting more and more filthy rich every single year as they continue to increase the prices of their products. The housing market is a complete joke. You have corporations that are buying up.
So what's basically happening? So it says, in new wine mourneth the vine language, all the merry heart do sigh. The mirth of the tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth endeth, the joy of the heart ceaseth. So, we in the days where people are stressed the hell out, and the only people who have true peace, as it say in John 8 and 32, you should know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Okay? So spiritually, mentally, we're free. We still in captivity, but we're about to be released. These people got a rude awakening. You got people complaining now, crashing out now. Wait until this new system be implemented. Because any day they could crash the system, which they are going to do. You have to crash the first to bring in something better. And back in 2022, they had a saying called Build Back Better. Now they got a bill called the Big Beautiful Bill. It's the same thing. That's what they just changed words. Just like you had Agenda 21, now you got Agenda 2030. It's the same thing. They just changed the words. But this is unrighteous what he's doing. It said, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. This is what's about to happen. The scripture said in John 10:10, the devil come but to kill, steal, and destroy. This is what the scripture is talking about right here. So that's what he does. That's what he was created for. He's going to be taken out of the way. And guess who the kingdom going to be translated to? The Israelites. All right. So I'm going to watch a little bit more. I got one more scripture in mind.
Homes and forcing us all to be forever renters. And speaking of rent, you have apartment complexes charging $2,000 a month for some shitbox little place that's not upgraded. And
that's a fact, especially in New York. And shit, even where I'm at in Boston, man. Like these rent prices is fucking ridiculous. We got to get the hell up out of here. All right? But it's going to continue to get worse until it get better.
Falling apart, but they will have the audacity to charge you $250 for an application fee that you don't get back even if you don't get the place, that conveniently also requires you to make 3 times the rent. Plus,
that's what you call usury.
Security deposit, plus first and last month just to move in. Can't live in your car because it's not safe and they'll kick you out of any parking lot that you try and stay in overnight. Can't even be homeless because now it's criminalized to do so. Every single thing that we eat is full of microplastics or chemicals, which is giving a disturbing amount of young people cancer these days. Everything that we are consuming in our media is nothing but brain rot garbage filled with propaganda or an agenda-driven message that we're tired of being forced to listen to. And our
So, you get the point. People are mourning. People are suffering. So, this is what we look forward to. And actually, like I always say, these people who look down on us right now, they going to recognize like, wow, maybe we do need him to rule, because the scripture says, when the righteous are in authority, people rejoice. So you don't appreciate us now, but in due time you will. Then cometh the end, when he shall deliver up the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom to the Most High, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and power and all authority. So this is what the world is looking forward to. Why? This is just 2 people that I'm showing. I got a whole compilation of this, but the video will be 2 hours long. And it says, for we know that the whole creation groaneth and travaileth in pain until now. So this is why the righteous have to be in authority. And this is what you get. And the people are recognized in the product of a wicked rulership. Seek ye out the Lord while he may be found, and Shalom.